Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed on the topic introspection and the reflection. So today we'll be discussing on the topic packaging and modules, right? So let's get into the definition part here. So what are modules basically? Modules are single Python files containing the functions. See here, single Python files .py. So whatever I have given here, this is single file, right? So see here, when I give rename, so this is having the extension py here, right? So modules are the single Python files .py containing functions, classes or variables containing. So when I write the code, this might contain the functions, classes or variables, right? So functions, classes or variables. So packages are directories containing multiple modules with an init file allowing this one init.py file allowing logical organization of code across the files and folders. So this is what it says, right? So easy. So modules are single Python files .py containing functions, classes or variables, whereas packages are directories containing multiple modules with an init.py file allowing logical organization of code across files and folders. So this is fine. So we are done with the this one definition part. Let's discuss some of the examples. Let's discuss some of the important points, and then let's move on with the example. Let's move on with the example part. So here let's discuss some of the points here. So Python encourages modular design using modules, right? So individual files I'm speaking of, and packages, folder structure. Packages are nothing but the folders, modules are nothing but the individual files. Just keep this in mind. Modules can be imported using import module name, right? So import module name or from module name, import something, right? So we can just import certain thing by making use of the from keyword and the module name. From this one module name, import something whatever we want to import, right? So module can be imported using import module name or from module name import something, right? So this is important. Line number 7, just keep this in mind, it is very important. And uh, let's move on with the next point. Packages must contain an init.py file, so it can be empty or initialize the package content. This is fine. Yeah. Next, let's move on with the final point here. This design helps in reusability, maintainability, and collaboration in large scale projects. What it helps in? This design helps in reusability, maintainability, and collaboration in large scale projects. So, this is about the packaging and modules. This one. Some of the important points and the definition part, right? So, let me move on with a very simple examples, or let's go with a very simple example here, right? So let me do one thing here. So here I'm going with a package. Basically, what is the folder that I've named here? See here, this one, advanced, this one, YT advanced Python concepts, right? So within this one, let's create two Python files. One I have already created, this one, package and module.py, right? So another one, I'll just uh, create a this one, what do we call, file named math underscore utils, right? So this one, let me do one thing here. So this has to be folder, right? So this has to be package, sorry. So I have created the file, let me delete this one. Let me do one thing, let me add the folder here. So I'll just name this one math underscore utils. So this is fine. So within this folder, what I'm gonna do, so I'll just create a new file named operations.py. So I'll just go with operations.py. So this is fine. So within this file, so let's write something first. Let me go with a add method here. So add of a comma b, this is fine. We are just going with a simple math here, nothing but addition and subtraction. Let's go with addition and subtraction. This is not about the operations here, this is about this one, packaging and the modules, right? So I'll just go with here return a plus b quickly. So this is fine. Next, let me do one thing, let me go with def subtract here. Again a comma b, so this one will be return a minus b. So this is fine, we are done with the operations .py file basically. So we are done with the coding part. So next, let me go with one more file within the math underscore utils package here. I'll just go with a let me do one thing. Yeah, let's go with a geometry.py. Right, so this is fine. Within the geometry file name, so let's do one thing. Let's go with the area of the rectangle and perimeter of the rectangle, right? So let's go with the area of the rectangle. I'll just go with the area of rectangle. This is fine. So let me pass the two parameters here, length and width. This is also fine. This one will be written length into width, length into width. So this is fine. Next, let me go with def. So this one will be perimeter of rectangle. So let me go with the parameters length and width. The perimeter we need length and width, right? So I'll just go with the length and width here. So this will be the formula is 2 into length plus width, right? So this one will be return. Let's go with the formula of the perimeter for the perimeter basically. This will be sorry. This has to be length plus width. Width, this one, right? So we are just going with a two formulas, two formulae basically. One is area of the rectangle and another one for the perimeter of the rectangle. These two functions I have considered, area of the rectangle and perimeter of the rectangle. So this is fine. So now let's do one thing. Let me go with one more file name here. So this one I'll just go with um, init.py. So initialization part. So this one will be um, let's make it this one accessible at the package level. So I'll just go with here from dot this one operations. So let's import what are the things that we have done in the operations basically. Operations file, add and subtract, right? So let's import the add and the this one subtract, add and the subtract functions basically. This is fine. This was showing in the suggestion, so this has to work fine. So this has to work well basically. So this one will be dot geometry. So this one let's import. So we went for the area of the rectangle and perimeter of the rectangle, right? So I'll just go with area of the rectangle. This is showing in the suggestions, this is fine. And perimeter of the rectangle, right? So now this works absolutely correct, right? So now users can write from math underscore utils import add, right? So now let's go with the main file. So what is our main file here? So this one, right? Packaging and modules.py, right? So let me come here. So we have two options here. We can import specific functions and we can go with this one as well. So we have the init.py file as well, right? So if init.py file, we have set up the init .py file as well, so we can go with that as well, right? See, I'll just show you. The first method is suppose so I'll just go with, suppose I want to make use of the, I want to go with the add and the subtract, this one add and the subtract methods, right? So suppose I want to perform add and subtract operation. So we have to import add and the subtract this one functions from the operations that is coming from the math underscore utils package, right? So I'll just go with here from math underscore utils dot dot operations, right? So operations is the file name basically. Math underscore utils is the package name, nothing but the folder. So I'll just go with import add comma subtract. So this is fine. Now from math underscore utils, so this will be math underscore utils dot geometry. So this is fine. Let's import something. So this is gonna be import area of the rectangle comma perimeter of the rectangle, right? So these two things. This one we are doing it, we are not making use of init.py. Suppose init.py, this one init file is not created, right? So we can go in this way. Suppose init file is not created, right? So we can go in this way. Let me go with print here. So first, so not star, print. So this one, let me go with the addition here. Addition, let me give two values. We have a comma b, right? So add is the function name we are giving here, 10 comma 5. So we have imported successfully. So now we can make use of it within the packaging and modules.py. So this is the main file basically in simple terms. So let me copy this one. Let me paste this one. So yeah, let me paste this one quite a few times here. This is fine. This is fine. So instead of the addition, let me go with a subtraction here. Instead of addition, we'll go with a subtraction. So this one will be, we have considered subtract function, right? So this is fine. This will be, let me give 10 comma 5. This remains same. So next, let me go with the area. This is coming from the geometry.py, right? So file basically. Where am I writing? So in the main file, right? So this one will be area. So I have, we have given the name area underscore of underscore rectangle, right? So I'll just go with the, let me come here geometry. So let me copy this one, sorry, let me copy this one and let me paste it over here. So this is fine. Area of the rectangle, let me give 4 comma 5. Let me change the number here, 4 comma 5. We need to get the value 20, right? So the formula we have given here as length comma width, right? Length into width, basically length comma width are the parameters, length into width. This is fine. Now finally let's go with the perimeter. So I'll just go with perimeter here. So this one, I'll come here, the function name, let me copy this one, let me come here, let me paste it over here. This will be perimeter of the rectangle. Let me change the values here. So these two, let me give the same values, 4 comma 5. So accordingly with the formula we have to get the 18 plus 2 into length plus width, right? So 2 into length plus width, just give me a second here. Yeah, this is fine. And just width 9, 2 into 9 it will be, so 2 into 9 will be 18. We have to get the output 18. So we are done with the, what error we are getting here? Was not closed. This is closed here, right? So what is the problem? So this is fine, man. This is fine. Next, let's go with another option, nothing but suppose now consider we have init file. So init file that is created within the math underscore utils package, right? So we can just directly write here from, sorry, from math underscore utils. So let's import add comma perimeter of the rectangle. So these two things, let's check. We can go with a subtract as well as this one as well, subtraction as well as the area as well. So I'll just go with the add and perimeter of the rectangle. Suppose if init file is created, so this is the second option basically. Let me go with a print here. So we can directly call. So I'll just give here direct call. So I'll just go with here add simple one 2 comma 3. We are just performing the add operation here. So we are not even performing perimeter, this one, right? So perimeter of the rectangle, I'm just importing just for the sake of understanding, right? So this is fine. So let me do one thing here. Clear screen, this is fine. So now let me run this file. So here I'll give python, this is fine, and the name. So this one, let me copy the file name here, let me paste it over here dot py. So what happened here? Addition, syntax error, invalid syntax. Perhaps you have forgotten the comma. Yeah, I have forgotten the comma for everything. So here we need comma here, we need comma here, and we need comma here, and again we need comma here. This is fine. So now let me do one thing. Clear screen. So let me run this one again. So we are getting the correct output this time, right? So addition 15. So as we are going with a 10 and 5, right? So now subtraction, 10 minus 5 is 5. We are getting the correct output. Area we are getting 20 because 4 into 5 length into width we are going with, right? The formula 4 into 5 nothing but 20, perimeter 2 into length plus width nothing but here length plus width is 4 plus 5 9, 2 into 9 will be 18. This is correct. Finally we are making a direct call here, direct call because suppose this is the second option. If we consider, suppose if we have the init file within the math underscore utils package or the folder, so we are making a direct call. We have already done this one within the init, right? So we have imported the operations as well as the geometry files within the init, right? So within init means we have imported some functions already, right? So add, subtract, here area of the rectangle and perimeter of the rectangle, which is coming from the geometry, and these two functions are coming from the operation. So here we can directly call within the packaging and modules file, or this is considered as the main file basically, right? So here 2 plus 3 addition, 2 plus 3 is nothing but 5. We are getting the output, correct output, right? So we are getting the desired output, and this is it for the packaging as well as the modules, right? So this is it for the packaging as well as the modules. Again, modules are single Python files py, nothing but in our case geometry.py, operations.py, init.py. These are all the modules, right? So containing functions, classes, or variables. In my case, I have considered the functions, right? So add, subtract, area of this one, area of the rectangle as well as the what do we call another one, perimeter, right? So perimeter, these are all the basically these are the four functions I have considered, right? So these are all the modules basically. Packages are the directories containing multiple this one modules with an init.py file. So in our case we have considered init.py. Module is nothing but the math underscore utils. This is the package, or sorry, not the modules, this is the package, math underscore utils is the package, and these are the modules, right? So this one init.py, geometry, as well as the operations.py, right? So packages are directories containing multiple modules with an init file, allowing logical organization of code across the files and folders. So this is fine. So we are done with the packaging and modules, this one topic, right? So now next Next, we'll be discussing on the file handling and the serialization, right? So now let me summarize whatever we have learned till now, right? So modules basically allow organizing code into the reusable files. That's what we saw here, right? Packages allow grouping the modules in a structured hierarchy. So that one also we saw, right? So we were having multiple modules within the package, right? So in our case, within the package math underscore utils, right? So we can make use of the import and from along with the import to access the functionality across the files. That's what we saw, right? So also proper packaging is essential for scalable and maintainable projects. Just keep this in mind. This is very important. Structuring is always important, man. Yeah, structuring of files, structuring of this one, structuring of files within the packages, and also proper packaging. These things are very important. Proper packaging is essential for scalable and maintainable projects, right? So we are done with the packaging and modules part, right? So for now this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.